Hey Bagmaker, I'm Sarah Lawson from Sew Sweetness. Thanks so much for joining me for Sewcial Sunday, my weekly sewing chat. Hey everyone, welcome to Sewcial Sunday. Thank you so much for tuning into the show. As you can see by the empty chair next to me, Danny will be joining me on set in just a moment. He's just making sure all the technology is running correctly first. I see Christy's watching from Indiana, Teresa from Alabama, and Debbie from Virginia. So welcome everyone. I saw a couple of Australian viewers, New Zealand. It's really exciting that viewers from around the world have tuned into Sewcial Sunday, so thank you so very much. Our usual spam reminder, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, for Facebook viewers, I never send private messages on Facebook letting you know you've won a prize. I never ask for credit card information, phone number. We don't ask you to transfer money or send us money in order to claim prizes. And if you're watching over on YouTube, if you've left a comment on the show and see a reply that looks kind of like a So Sweetness looking avatar asking for you to send money, for your phone number, any other information, please do report and block that as spam. I always announce the winner's name verbally on the show, and we've also started adding the winner's name to the comments on the description of the show. So that's how you can sort of double check if what you're seeing looks like spam, and you can always email us if you're not sure. A few reminders or things of notice. You may have received the newsletter earlier today, but in case you haven't opened yours up yet, today is the last day for any season of Minikins to be on sale for $80. After today, it will go up to $88 each. So if you're interested in any of those, season 1, 2, 3, or 4, which is the newest season, I've linked to season 4 in the description in case you're interested in checking that out after the show. And also, since tomorrow is the 1st of May, we'll begin again our monthly challenges. So for the May 2023 challenge, you have two choices. The first option will be to sew the Enigma pouch from Minikins Season 4. And your second option is to make a So Sweetness project meant for travel. So you can make either of those challenges, or if you'd like to make two projects, you could make one of each to fit it in for one of each of the challenges. And there will be prizes every month, randomly drawn prizes. Hello, Danny.
Hello.
Because we use what's called a Linky tool for you to upload a picture of your finished project. If you have any trouble uploading your photo, you can email Bronwyn. That's bronwyn@sewsweetness.com, and she'll give you some assistance with getting your photo uploaded. Sometimes, especially cell phone photos, the file sizes are really large, and our Linky tool uses sort of frugally sized photos. So if you don't know how to resize a photo or you just need help, again, you can email bronwyn@sewsweetness.com for assistance with that. Everything working okay with the technology today?
I hope so. Watching comments, make sure nothing changed.
Okay, awesome. So last night I think I might have shared this recipe on the show in the past, but in case I didn't, I have a link to this chocolate cream pie recipe that I made last night from, Ella says, I did get season 4 today. I'm quite eager to make the jewelry case and the water bottle holder. Well, thank you very much, Ella. I really appreciate it. Julie says, Danny, new glasses?
These are actually from 2019. I wore them for like 2 weeks. The one eye is stronger than it should be, so it's challenging to wear. But it's better than not having glasses. I still need to go to the optometrist. It's just been really busy.
Did you share on the show already what happened to the other glasses?
I believe so. They're
Okay.
broken from Mikey.
So last night I made this chocolate cream pie, and I switched out the crust. Calls for chocolate wafers, so I swapped out gluten-free Oreos for the crust, just because I wanted it to be a gluten-free recipe.
Got a 50-50 chance. Did you send me as the first picture or second picture? Because we're going to find out.
That's okay. If you don't have the picture, it's fine.
I have the picture.
Okay.
I'm not sure which one's labeled under.
Well, why don't you can go ahead and try
All
one
right.
and see
Cross my
if you
fingers.
have the right one saved. Nope, wrong
No.
one.
Okay, second one. Boom.
Okay, this is from the recipes website, Once Upon a Chef. That's the photo of the chocolate cream pie. I was really sad though because I made the chocolate cream pie for a small get-together with some of the adults that ride at my barn, and I feel really sick today, so like I unfortunately told them that I couldn't go, and they sent a group photo through to everyone, so everyone would have a copy, and I felt a little sad looking. Yeah, I felt a little sad looking at the picture, but I certainly wouldn't want to go anywhere not feeling well, but I'm sure there will be other get-togethers. So that being said, I'll be fine, but as far as answering questions, I'm going to answer as many questions as I can tonight. My brain is a little sick brain, I guess you could say, so...
How do you want to sit next to her?
I'll just... Yeah. I pretty much stayed in my room for most of the day, and I couldn't even really manage to watch TV, so I just either laid there with my eyes open looking out the window, or, I got a bunch of sleep in, but hopefully you feel better tomorrow, fingers crossed. I also wanted to let you know, this was also in today's newsletter, the Enigma Pouch Sew-Along will begin on May 7th. So it's a 3-ish week sew-along. Danny's going to put the schedule up on the screen. So as you can see, week 1 starts May 7th, and I will have a post up on my blog each of these 3 days, so 1 blog post per week, and you can upload a progress photo of that week's task. So for instance, week 1 is cut out your fabric and attach to interfacing. So for that particular week's assignment, you can post a photo of your progress. It can be either your fabric choices, your fabric cut out and attached to interfacing, something along those lines. If you would like to work ahead, since it's not a super long pattern, just make sure to take progress photos each week so you can still participate in the prize drawings for the sew-along. Was that a question?
The question was it gluten-free Oreos?
Did I say that? Did I say it wrong?
No,
Oh.
They asked that. The answer is yes. I was at the store looking for them for her, and I was like, I don't know if they're here. They're like in a top shelf off to the side, but they tasted very similar to normal Oreos.
Yeah, I tried one last night. It tasted pretty much exactly the same, and because I don't know everyone super well that was going to the gathering, I just wanted to kind of cover my bases and make it gluten-free because it was sort of a really easy swap just to get the gluten-free Oreos instead. What else? Well, we're going to put another comment, or you're saving some?
I was going to save
Danny's second favorite part of the show when he's on it. We'd like to invite all of the bag makers to stand proud. Let us know in the comments that you're part of the Sew Sweetness squad. Danny and I really appreciate you tuning into the show, and thank you very much, whether you're watching live or you're watching the recording later on during the week. All right, so let's get to your picks of the week.
All right, up number 1. Julie made this awesome Miss Flower water bottle bag, tote, whatever.
Yep.
I love the rivets on the side. If you see where her straps are,
Yeah.
Really great job. Next up, Shannon made the Enigma pouch. I love the fabric she chose, and
Tulip pink?
Yeah, I just love the colors. I love the bright colors.
Yeah,
You see,
so
the next
bright.
picture will be an open one. Obviously, as Sarah said many times, I'm sure you heard it, this is my favorite project of the Minikins. I just love it. It's so cool. It's something I can see myself using. And next up, Sandy made the Enigma as well, and she did some, it looks like embroidery on top of it. Really cool, like crown zipper pulls. I love the zipper tape. I'm a big fan of bright colors, and this just hits it right there.
I think she said this was for her daughter for a cheerleading competition,
I love it.
I thought that was great, yeah.
Next up is Nettie, and she made this is the Hildegard trinket. What's it called?
Hildegard's Notion Trunk.
There you go. Hildegard's trinket box.
No.
And I love, same thing. I love that fabric's been, I think, reproduced in different colors multiple times.
Yeah.
And I just love that fabric. I love the flower. I love the colors. Just such a great job. And now we have Donna. She made the Miss Flower again, and she used different color zippers on each of them. And I like them both. They, they look similar but a little bit different. And the Miss Flower is probably my second favorite project on the Minikins. So great job, everyone.
Yeah, awesome job. It's really heartwarming to see all of the finished Minikins Season 4 projects start to show up on social media, either on Facebook or Instagram. So great job, and I'm looking forward to seeing more projects posted in the future.
It's awesome how many projects are already out there just from being released, a couple weeks.
Yeah, I think the first one was maybe a few hours after the release, which I was really shocked because that's really
Yeah,
fast. Yeah.
that is really fast.
All right, so I'm going to be answering some questions live. So if you have a question for me, you can type it in the comments anytime, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. It can be a bag making question, question about a notion or tool, sewing related question. Maybe you have a question about something about my sewing history. Go ahead and type that in the comments right now.
That's the fabric.
Oh,
I
Tamara says love the Anna Maria Horner Echinacea fabric.
Yeah, she's my top 3 favorite. I can't even speak myself. Favorite fabric artist. I know it's designer, but fabric artist sounds cooler.
All right, you want to take it away with the questions then? Anna says, how do we join the sew along? So there's nowhere to sign up per se for the Enigma Pouch sew along, but I have linked to the post about the sew along in the description. I'm trying. Actually, I don't have a blog post yet. Sorry, I'm getting that mixed up with the May challenge. I don't yet have a blog post up for the sew along, but Danny, could you put the graphic up on the screen one more time? Each week, I'll be updating my blog posts on my blog, which is sewsweetness.com/blog. So the first post will go up on May 7th. And I do have a link in the description for the May challenge, which is kind of, we're sort of double dipping for the month of May. So the May challenge will be either the Enigma pouch, or your second option is to make a Sew Sweetness project meant for travel. Susan says, I keep reviewing Minikins 4 and I'm amazed at how many of the patterns are ones I want to make straight away. Well, that's good news, Susan. I'm glad to hear that. I think it's really fun to, I know Jenny in our Facebook group has been working through all of the projects from each season. I think she posted something either today or yesterday with her, I want to say season 2 makes. So Jenny's really setting a goal for herself to make all of the projects from each season. So I think that's really wonderful. Jan says, do you use a serger? I just purchased one and I'm trying to figure it out. So I have to say, for my first serger, which was a Brother 1034D, I watched the YouTube videos a lot, anything that I could find how to thread it, because the threading, I think, is the most difficult part. I mostly used my serger just for garment sewing to finish the seams so that the seams on the inside looked really nice. But it is nice to have, especially if you want to try sewing different things. Haven't really come across the need to use it for bag making, but I do have, a couple years ago I upgraded to a Juki serger, which was an air threader, so I do enjoy using that, but you do still have to thread it a little bit. Melissa says, Sarah, where did you get this shirt? Actually, this was a birthday or a Christmas gift.
You got a lot of comments on the shirt.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know if is Bronwyn watching? Did you notice her in the comments?
I'm unsure.
Bronwyn got this for me for a gift. I can't remember where she said it was from, but if she's watching, I'm sure she'll pipe up in the comments. I thought I'd pull it out today. I haven't worn it in a while for the show, at least. I do wear it, obviously on non-show days, though. Elaine says, hi, Sarah. Are you no longer carrying the orange zipper tape? I believe that one's sold out. I think this is a timely question, by the way. I'm actually working through discontinuing some of our original tapes, some of the very first colors that we ever stocked. And for future zipper tapes, not all of them, but a lot of them, I'm trying to coordinate with Tula Pink's fabric line. So we have some zipper tape coming sometime in May to coordinate with her Everglow fabrics, which just came out. And I also ordered ahead for her July fabric release, which is, I always want to say De La Luna, but that's not it. Her Deja Vu fabric that's coming out in July. So I will let you know on the live show and in the newsletter when we receive those new zipper tapes. They'll be number 5 zipper tapes just because those are the most popular sellers. And I'm trying to work in different coil colors. So I think I ordered this time gunmetal. I feel like I might have ordered light gold also, but off the top of my head, I can't recall. But I did order a lot of different colors. And so because of the new colors, I'll be discontinuing some of the original colors like the orange that you mentioned, but I will if it's not in the next set, I will be having another orange to replace it. I've been trying to go off Pantone colors just because it's easier for me to reorder. And so look for those starting in May. Pat says, any idea when the Enigma pouch templates should be back in stock? That's a great question, Pat. I'm sorry we sold out of those, at least for the Enigma pouch acrylic templates, pretty quickly. I'm hoping to have them either end of this week or early the following week. We do have an out-of-stock notification set up on the website. You just click on the product listing of your choice, in this instance, the Enigma pouch acrylic template, and an email box should pop up where you can type in your email address and hit submit, and then you'll be automatically notified as soon as I list that out-of-stock item back in stock. Charlotte says, is it possible to remove teeth from nylon by the yard zippers to reduce bulk on the ends? That's a good question. I haven't specifically removed nylon teeth before. I have done so with metal teeth, removing some of the teeth and then having the tape just remaining. I guess I'm not sure of that answer, but if anyone has removed nylon coil from zipper tape or zipper by the yard, let us know in the comments. Danny will try to look out for that and post it up on the screen. Misty says, I'm working on a goldenrod book cover and made an exterior slip pocket instead of zipper pocket as a shortcut, but may have backed myself into a corner. Will I need to finish by binding now? That's a good question. So you could use binding to finish it. Another alternative would be to leave an opening in your lining, which I think I did on one side, one half of the book cover at least. So if you need to leave an opening in your lining on both halves, that's completely doable. If you need help with that, feel free to email me. Danny's going to put my email address up on the screen. Thank you, Danny. If you ever need help with a Sew Sweetness project that you're working on, or you have a general bag making question, you can always feel free to email me. I finished my first ever Sew Sweetness bag today and want to thank you for your amazing videos.
Congratulations.
Since I only sew a few hours at a time, it was great to have a video that breaks up the steps so I don't have to go find my place where I was previously and waste time. Bravo. So congratulations on your first Sew Sweetness bag. I'm so happy that you found the videos helpful. All of the videos are time-stamped, and I think especially if you only have a limited amount of time to sew either per week or per day, I think working in sections is a really good plan because I have all of the patterns sectioned off, and you can tell the different sections by larger text. I have it in sort of a teal colored font, and so that kind of designates the different sections, such as, for example, make the zipper pocket or make the handle, something along those lines, depending on the pattern that you're working for. So working on the sections is a really good plan because once you finish the section, if you don't have a lot of time, you can just stop there for the day, you know, give yourself a little pat on the back, and then whenever you have time to sew next, you can work on the next section. Kathy said, Sarah, should I always use a number 5 zipper when making your bags if size is not specified? That's a good question. So if I have not specified size, that means it's up to you if you'd like to use a number 5 zipper or a number 3 zipper. For some of my patterns, it is important to use a certain kind of zipper, and for those patterns, I've designated which size. So either number 3, a handbag zipper. By the way, I usually consider a handbag zipper either a number 5 zipper or a number 4.5 zipper. As far as the number 4.5 zippers go, we stock the by Annie zippers, the double pull zippers on our website, and those are number 4.5. Mary says, how long have you been doing this wonderful Sewcial Sunday? I think I have been here from the beginning. Love it. Well, thank you so much, Mary. I think we've been doing it for, I think it'll be 6 full years coming up in June, I think. I was looking the other day because I always...
2016 is when we started.
Yeah, I always get it mixed up. Is it 6 years? Is it 7 years? I think it's going to be 6 full years in June. Suzanne says, on the oleander bag, would I be able to make it taller? That's a great question. I'm actually going to grab, because Danny so kindly put it behind us.
Yeah, okay. Go for it.
Okay. So this is the oleander yoga bag. I would say if you're going to make it taller...
I'm so impressed the job she did with this
Oh yeah, Michelle Tripp made this one. I think we showed these last week.
I know, but I just love
I
time
would
see it.
suggest using the slash and spread method. So rather than adding the height to either the top or the bottom, I would suggest using the slash and spread on your pattern pieces so that you can conserve, because at the top of the bag I have this sort of small area before where the zipper starts, and at the bottom of the bag I have like a very small area of fabric over here. I think I might have called this the zipper tab. I can't remember what the name I gave it in the pattern, but if you use the slash and spread to add your whatever you're adding, say if you're adding 3 inches, if you add it in the middle, then you'll conserve the original like top and bottom portion. And if you need a little assistance with slash and spread, I did demonstrate the slash and spread method in my increase decrease video where I talked about how to increase or decrease a pattern, and the slash and spread, I talked about it in the second half of the video. Ella says, are you a Star Trek fan, and which is your favorite series? I'll let Danny answer that one.
I know it sounds weird, but I really love the original because that's why I started watching Star Trek when I was a kid. And the current iteration,
It's just not your taste?
no, I like it. It's my second favorite.
Oh, okay.
Because there's Deep Space Nine, Next Generation. There's a lot of new ones. Picard, and I like the one that came out 3 years ago with Captain. I can't think of her name. It was a female captain. They started with the Klingons, and it was really cool. It incorporated, and it spun off 2 new shows because it did so well. And I really like that series. I wish I could think of the name, the actual title, but that's my second favorite beyond the original one.
I'm sad to say I haven't seen any Star Trek. Obviously, Danny's watching those without me.
Yeah, Sarah's not into sci-fi.
Susan says, will you reorder the teal zipper tape? We do have 2 colors in the shop that are super close, the turquoise and the, I think I called it either the sky blue or the aqua blue. I actually have a new color or a new couple colors that are really fun and coordinate with Tula's Everglow fabrics. Those are the zipper tapes that are coming sometime in May. And if I don't have a lighter color, I will try to incorporate a lighter color, but I'm kind of trying to start from scratch with the zipper tapes, like I mentioned, and try to work in a lot more Pantone colors. Carla says, are there kits for any of the Minikins patterns? That's a good question. In past years, I think we had Notions kits for Minikins Season 1 and Season 2. I did really want to do like a Notions or supply kit for Minikins Season 4, but Season 4 doesn't have a whole ton of hardware, and some of the patterns have no hardware at all. The projects are mostly zipper heavy projects, and from past experience, people seem to not want to have only an option of white zippers, which is what we did in the past for the Minikin Season 1 and 2 Notions kits. And so I thought it would just be easier just to have our website well stocked for almost all of the supplies needed for the Minikin Season 4 projects. And that way you can choose your own zipper colors. If you're ordering zipper by the yard, you can choose your own zipper pulls, that kind of thing. I think the only item that we don't have on the website as far as things needed for the Minikin Season 4 projects is the ripstop fabric. So that's just about the only thing that we don't have. We have all the interfacings, hardware for the patterns that need the hardware. Everything else you can find on our website. Melissa says, will the store be getting any more chickadee acrylic templates? Yes, we will be getting those whenever the Enigma pouch templates come in, hopefully end of this week or early the following week. Michelle says, can the Minikins patterns be made in cork? It depends on the pattern. There's some projects, I'm trying to think, because some of them are still sitting in front of me.
You can always do accents in cork on certain projects as well.
Yeah, that's true. I guess it depends on the project. Oh, Melissa's mentioning, thank you, Melissa. Melissa says, Michelle, I did the Enigma pouch in vinyl. So yeah, I kind of think of cork and vinyl almost interchangeably. If there's a particular Minikins project that you want to ask about as far as the cork goes, feel free to email me and I'm happy to discuss that for a specific project. Again, that's Sarah@sewsweetness.com. Kathy says, how do you go about having the patterns printed away from home? Our library charges 25 to 35 cents a sheet depending upon double-sided, and that was before COVID. So your local library might be the cheapest option. FedEx or your local copy shop is another option. Can you think of other places where?
You said Kinko's, FedEx. It's funny if you actually Google printing shops, you'll be amazed how many there. Like when we were looking at different cards and stuff for our business, when I looked at it, there was like probably I would say 20 within a 3 mile radius of our house, our old house. So I would think if you just Google printer shop, you'll find a lot of options near you. If you live in a big city, obviously.
And I would suggest also, if you're trying to keep costs down, to not print the entire PDF file, only print the pattern pieces, which should be a minimal amount of pages, maybe 2 pages, 4, and then follow along on the instructions, either on your computer, if you have an iPad. I think a cell phone would probably be maybe a little tedious to follow along with instructions, but I guess if you had to in a pinch. Susan says, Danny, what printer did you end up getting?
Well, what I did was I would say about 6 months ago, almost a year ago, I purchased a Brother laser printer refurbished from Brother directly. And I think it's like an 8 or 9 year old printer because it has toner cartridges that do not have microchips. So it allows you to use a generic toner cartridge, which I had at our shop, which I went and stole.
It's funny because my mom and dad work at the shop where we ship everything out, and they thought someone broke in to steal the printer.
I didn't realize our printer ink went out completely, so I was in a tight spot. There's no stores locally. I had the ink available for our inkjet, so I used that, and I fell in love with it. It prints so fast, it clean. The only problem is it's not a network and it's not a Wi-Fi printer. I did try to set up the network through my computer for Sarah to see, didn't work. So I'm looking. I ordered the ink for our old printer, so we'll use that. For the time being for Sarah. But I am going to be moving into a color laser printer. I saw Brother currently has a set. From all the stuff I've seen, I follow at slickdeals.net. It's a great website, a lot of reviews, stuff on sale. Brother has a current refurbished sale going on right now. And I was doing some more research about purchasing another Brother all-in-one printer, similar to our old one, so it could scan, work Wi-Fi, and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm thinking Brother.
Carrie says a timestamp is one of my favorite features, so incredibly helpful. I'm glad you found that helpful. I don't know why I don't think we had in the early years of the videos, I don't think we had the option for timestamps, but I feel like it's really important, especially if you leave off on a certain step. No one wants to flip through the video and try to find it. So yeah, the timestamps are really helpful, and if you haven't used them before, there's a little bar at the bottom of the video as far as the videos that we sell. And there's little dots for each step, which you can click on if you need to get to a certain step. Ella also says, I love that the timestamping matches the printed pattern. Thank you, Debbie. Debbie says, hit like. We really appreciate your likes and
comments, shares, subscribing, every interaction and engagement you have. It helps us a ton, and we do appreciate it, and it's noticed, and thank you for that.
Thank you. Jamie says, did you announce when your summer break will be? Yes, I wrote it down. Where did I write it down? I think the last show is going to be June 4th. And then we'll return from summer break on, I think I did say, I wrote it right here, August 27th. Sorry about that. I'm looking all over through my notebook, my outlines, and it was right at the top. We'll let you know on the last live show. We'll remind you about the summer break. And we did it for the last 2 years, and it seemed to work out fine. This summer break, I'm going to spend working on some new patterns, so we'll see how that goes, how quickly I can.
Hopefully we come back, we'll have some exciting news. No pressure.
Probably not till the fall, but Carolyn says, how much trouble would it be to add depth to the bottom of the partridge bag to make it at least 2 inches? I did see someone, maybe, here's the partridge bag, just because I still have them on my desk. Carolyn was asking to make it 2 inches deep. That should be fine. The only thing is for the zipper portion, you'll have to add fabric either to the top, the bottom, or both. And then for the bottom portion, you'll just make the strip wider. I did see someone make, I don't know if a gusset would be the correct word, but she started off thinner and then she made it wider so that it kind of came out kind of like if you've made the Aragon bag before, how the top of the bag kind of tapers in toward the center, kind of similar to that, but maybe reverse. So yes, it would be possible to make it wider. Are you calling on the questions? Yep. Okay. Were you noticing my brain was getting a little slower?
Well, I know it should be a little shorter today.
Okay. I apologize. Yeah,
a lot of people said you should have a shorter show.
Yeah, I just really hate missing shows, and it just really bothers me. So I appreciate all of your concern, and thanks for being understanding about that. One last thing to get to for the show is the giveaway. So I wanted to announce the winner of last week's giveaway, and that winner is Eve Bravo. So congratulations to you, M. Please email me after the show so that I can get you connected with your prize. Danny's going to put my email address up on the screen one more time. And the giveaway prize for tonight is a big bag of number 5 Zipper by the Yard.
That is a big bag.
Yeah. I'll probably throw a little pack of pulls in there just to get you started with some pulls. But that's the prize for tonight. And I have an extra bonus question for you to answer in the comments because the winner is randomly drawn out of all of the comments left on Facebook and YouTube. You have until the end of the day this Saturday to leave a comment on the show. And my bonus question is, how long have you been following So Sweetness? Just an approximation. Let me know in the comments. I know some of you have been watching Sewcial Sunday for many years.
Maybe they followed you before and just like on Facebook or
or you might be
Instagram.
You might be newer to my patterns. Let me know in the comments. I'm curious to see the range of different periods of time as far as the follows go. Well, thank you so much for watching Sewcial Sunday tonight. I hope you have a great week and happy sewing. Bye, everybody.